actually, can I put this somewhere where I can still just access it? Actually, I have to make it a bit bigger. Oh. Move it over there. There we go. Hello. Hello, hello. Is anybody out there? So we have a now somewhat rare opportunity. Thank you, Goose. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a good long while. I've been doing things. I've been reassessing life. I've been making changes in life. I've been... Oh... A lot has happened. When's the last time that I streamed, actually? It was a long time ago. I know that much. Actually... Sure, would I actually be able to find it on my Twitter feed for when I last made a go live post? Oh, what am I doing? I can actually get that from one of the Discord channels. That's done easily enough. Well, actually, last time I posted something about a schedule was in the final shape. Oh, so that's June. I streamed after that. I must have streamed sometime after that. So I put out YouTube videos 9 months or a year ago. Okay. No, the last time I streamed was late August. So, 6 months? Actually, I think it's almost, I think it's 6 months to the day, because that last stream was on the 28th of August. So that is exactly 6 months. 6 month hiatus, everyone. Oh, no. Okay. That's fun. But, okay. So, let's go on. Why did I stop streaming? The time flew? Yes. Good God. It was a year. Even, geez, these last 2 months have been a year. It's been rough. But yes, why did I stop streaming for 6 months? So I think I mentioned it on my Twitter, maybe on my other social medias as well. And I did a very big post about sort of like the same reason at the end of the year or at the start of this year as well. So, at the start of August, well, a couple things. Start of July, I had a fun little manic episode in which I decided I wasn't going to take no for an answer. I was going to find someone who could diagnose me or do a proper assessment with me of my suspicions of being autistic or being on the autism spectrum. And that happened. I did find someone. I've had a very good therapist now since then. Yeah, started going to therapy again. I first session was great, getting to meet them, getting to talk with them. Then the second week, I went to them. I did a very deep and quite intense topic. And on my way back home, I missaw a traffic light, or jumped a light, or someone jumped a light on the other side. But either way, I totaled my first car. I wrote off my first car. Which, as you can imagine, not fun, very expensive, very traumatic as well. Yeah, not fun. We're going to not do any pictures of that for good reason. That would be a very bad thing to do. So, there was that. Thankfully, I was fine. The other person was fine. Everyone walked away. Everyone got themselves checked out. It was fine. Insurance took care of everything. And I got myself a new car at the start of August. Except the car. Yeah, except the car. But yeah, got on with that. And at the start of August, I finally sat down, was able to sit down, and me and my therapist went through the DSM, which, if you don't know what the DSM is, it's basically a diagnostic, or a book of diagnostic criteria for. I don't think psychological illness is the correct term, but essentially for like for like a psychological symptoms, for neurodivergence, for I guess in some sense like psychological illnesses, mental illness, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, sat down. We went through all all of the symptoms for autism. I sort of talked through everything, kind of figured out what all of the symptoms meant, how I related to them, how I didn't relate to them, how I was somewhat different from them, how I really related to them. And yeah, I eventually, at the end of that, was diagnosed with level 1 autism spectrum disorder, which, if you don't know, autism spectrum disorder is basically the combined contemporary diagnosis of what used to be just basic autism, what used to be Asperger's, and I think savant syndrome in a sense as well. So that's all autism spectrum disorder, all mixed in together. And then there's also 3 level diagnoses, or sort of like severity levels. Level 1 being which I am, is essentially your high functioning people, or your I guess kind of easy to mask. So it's good now? In what sense? In what sense, Gus Goose? So as I was saying, level 1 is sort of like your high functioning persons don't really need that much support, but sort of like, or at least can get by on no support in a sense, but obviously they still have some trouble, some problems. Level 2 is where people, level 2 autism spectrum disorder persons do require like quite a significant amount of or some significant assistance, be that with maybe they're physically abled, mentally abled, language is they're able to understand language and maybe some social cues, but they're nonverbal, so they need like a tablet or something so that they can communicate. Or maybe their language is really good, but they have some sort of severe anxiety, some severe social disorder, or in some senses, maybe they have the capacity to speak and all of their like sensory issues are fine, but they don't understand any form of language, so they are able to, in a sense, make vocal emissions, I guess we'll say, but they just don't understand words or language, so they can't actually communicate. And I'm sorry, I have a sense, just wanted to know, is there something I in the community can do to help or make things easier? What can we do? No, thanks, good stuff. So yeah, vehicle side, all fine, not to worry there. Autism side, yeah, I'm okay. I've kind of, as I'm explaining this, you'll kind of get an understanding of what's happened. But no, I'm fine. I've got my therapist who's helping me out and has been teaching me a lot of things. And yeah, on the most part, I'm fine. It's kind of why I'm going into all of this, to sort of say, why did I step away from streaming? Which yeah, on my part, it was a case of yeah, like in my autism symptoms, yeah, I'm great with language. My language is sort of on the par of a normal person. I understand language, I understand words, I understand meaning, and sometimes I lose the word, but in the most part, I'm fine. And when it comes to sort of like niche interests, sort of like that's another part. So sorry, there's four main areas that maybe I can snooze that ad whilst I'm having a chat. There we go. There's four main parts of autism. One is senses. So autism, or people on this autism spectrum, have sort of like heightened sensory sensitivities, like maybe sounds are they're a lot more sensitive to certain sounds, or volumes can be more sensitive to light. They can be more sensitive to certain materials and textures and touch. Can also obviously have issues with, again, taste, smell. It's kind of why quite a few people have either very specific clothing that they wear, very specific foods that they eat. It's why people on the spectrum can use headphones as well. I've actually taken up using headphones when I go out to live music events, because it helps me regulate. It helps me not become overstimulated by the volume and by the sounds that happen. So yeah, I don't know. On my part, taste and smell doesn't really bother me. I do have sort of like sensitivities to touch, in a sense, sort of like with material textures and pressure, in a sense, sort of like tightness. It's as my mom and my family are very, very well aware finding shoes for me is a mission and a half, because if it doesn't feel just right on my foot, it's unacceptable. And clothes is sort of the same thing. I have to feel the material before I decide if I actually want to get it or not. And yeah, as I said, sound is an issue. I'm quite sensitive to volumes. Volumes, sort of like the higher volumes, actually cause me a not insignificant amount of pain. And light is usually fine, but I mean, I've got astigmatism in my eyes anyway, so light is always going to be an issue. Has always been an issue. Will always be an issue. Yeah, as I said earlier, the next part is another part of autism is language. Sort of like as part of like not being neurotypical, there's some sort of like connections that happen in the brain that understand. Oh, thank you, Gussie. That sort of like makes the connections between language and that understanding, and some people on the spectrum just don't have those connections. They cannot understand language in written form, in verbal form, in any kind of form. Like, communication is not possible to them. For me, I'm fine with language. Language is a-okay. I can communicate. People can communicate with me. Sometimes there's a loss in translation, in a sense. Sort of like a difference in communication methods, I think is the way to describe it. But for the most part, communication is fine. Language, fine. I might only understand English, but we're good. We've got language sorted out. Next part that sort of like autism sort of like is diagnosed in is interests. People on the spectrum have some very niche, or can have very niche sets of interests, be that obviously like the food that they eat, the shows that they watch, the activities they partake in, and all that other kind of stuff. For me, I'm mostly okay with that. I obviously have like my set likes and dislikes, but I still have sort of like an adaptability in a sense. So sort of like I like Lego, I like my video games, I like anime, like superheroes and all of those kinds of things. But like I still am learning and joining friends on new things, like live music. I didn't think I would enjoy. I really like going and watching. There's sort of like a monthly live music thing that happens locally to me, and I really enjoyed going to that now. I've picked up park runs on a Saturday morning. Really like that. Really good exercise as well. And yeah, sort of like I'm open to trying new things to a certain point. And then the other thing is social stuff. Social relationships is the other part, the last part of the four, that sort of like autism spectrum disorder fumbles with, I guess. Sort of like small talk, friends, relationships, romantic stuff, sort of like being able to interact with people, in a sense. I have problems with that. I really want connection with people, but I'm not good at communicating that. I'm not good with communicating feelings, and I'm not good with like maintaining friendships in a sense. So like start going up from that. Relationship stuff, romantic relationships, dating is also a struggle, but you know what? I'm learning. I'm trying to be better. We're figuring stuff out. And yeah, and sort of like in that, in the social aspect, that's kind of where, along with everything else, where I started to find a breakdown between my comfort and my enjoyment and what I was doing whilst I was streaming. So like this right now, this is really chill. This is really nice because I'm talking and obviously chat is talking back to me and I'm not worried about anything else. But if I was doing a game, if I was playing a game right now, I would kind of be getting like focusing on the game, then getting pulled out and having to like focus on chat for a bit to go into game. And as soon as like I see a message pop up in chat, having to, you know, switch over and go back and forth, which is really like actually quite stressful and stress inducing in a sense. Sort of like a thing that people on the spectrum do is they hyper focus. It sometimes just happens. It's what they prefer to do, or in a sense, like we have routine and structure and schedules that we like to stick to, and when things break or go against that, it induces stress. If I can just enunciate that properly. So yeah, in doing like gaming stuff, and having to like balance chat, balance gameplay, balance hey Oxy, hello. Having to balance all of that with managing stream, it became very tiring, very stressful. So doing gaming streams wasn't great, as you can imagine. Very stressful, not great. But I mean, yeah, was I talking through? I think I was talking through an ad. Hello, Oxy. Good to see you. No, it says ad starting soon. Okay, I don't know what's happening with... can I maybe just... do ads manager? Is anything happening here? Didn't get an ad. Okay, well... Okay, don't know what was happening there, but that's fine. Hey, Oxy. Hello. Yeah, Oxy. We're actually just going through all the things at the moment. We're catching up. So yeah, with all of that, yeah, I stopped streaming because it was very stressful and incompatible with my autism. It broke down sort of like my fixation on the games and sort of like my immersion into what I was playing and my focus, and kind of like it just messed with me a little too much. It caused too much stress. So from that, you know, I decided to start trying to do YouTube. So yeah, I've got my YouTube channel up and running, trying to make content there, which has been very irregular, but you know, there's only so many hours in the day, and I'm only one little hero. You know, I think it's a better format. Oh, that's an ad break. So we're going to wait for the ad break to finish before we continue talking. There we go. Yeah, Goose. There'll be hugs when I'm next out and about. So yeah, sorry, before I was cut off by ads. Stopped streaming because it was incompatible with the autism, causing too much stress. I decided to then switch to recording gameplay and editing it down for YouTube videos, which has been better. I've enjoyed it a fair bit more. I can't say that the viewership has been great. But you know what? I'm enjoying it. It's there for me at the end of the day as well. I can go back and watch my own video for whatever episode, story, whatever I was playing through at the time. Sort of like reacquaint myself. No, Goose, it's all good, man. All good. So yeah, that's why I stopped streaming. And yeah, subsequently switched over to doing YouTube, which suits me a lot better. Still trying to figure out how to do things on a regular basis, but I mean, you know what? It's something I'll grow with, and I'll learn how to do better in the future. Yeah, but throughout the rest of the year, kept on going. Got sort of half diagnosed, but enough diagnosed to also have, what is it? It's a specific version of ADHD. The non-hyperactive ADHD, so I guess just ADD, in a sense as well, because I don't fit into any of none of the hyperactive symptoms related to me, but sort of like memory, attention span, inattentive type. Thank you, Oxy. Thank you very much. Yes, inattentive ADHD. I got diagnosed into that spectrum as well. So very fun. I've got autism that requires structure and routine, and then I've got inattentive ADHD, which does not follow structure or routine. So that's been fun. So yeah, I started to learn, like putting those two things together. Sorry for backseat wording, become my fixation since my diagnosis last year in November, same boat, kinda. No, Oxy, we're here for chats. Please chat. Happy to have your input. I kind of spent a lot of the time last year sort of like mixing those two diagnoses, balancing in like my depressive side as well, learning, identifying not burnout, but shutdowns that I had, a meltdown that I had, and sort of like the behaviors and tools that I had and that I was using to sort of like essentially remove myself from those environments. which turned out to be like very good behaviors already. Going and sort of making myself a weekly routine schedule. Like last year was only mainly for chores, because I don't like to do chores. They are not rewarding in any way whatsoever. So I had to sort of like make a list of like, hey, you need to do chores. These are the chores you have to do on this day during this time. So we made that. And all the while trying to find work as a game developer, which was interesting. Chores are the opposites of doping. Yeah, 100%. So like the only thing that I was able to do from time to time was to like do my dishes. And by doing like I only was able to do that by like popping up a YouTube video, and sort of like putting that up on the windowsill above my sink. That's how I do dishes, and even now like doing dishes is a struggle. But yeah, like if I actually pop on headphones now, play music, I can do chores for that, for, a set amount of time, which thankfully, progress, improvement. Yeah. In amongst all of like mental health stuff, yeah, dude, same. I mean, bloody hell. I can do laundry, thankfully, because I have a laundry machine, a washing machine. But ironing and changing the bed sheets. It's a struggle. Such a struggle. And putting the laundry away as well. Yeah, as I was saying, in amongst all of the mental health stuff, I was trying to find work. I was trying to be a game developer. And I got one really, really good interview, which I actually got very close to. I went through like all of the first phase stuff. Like I did essentially a screening test. I did an interview, all really, really good. Unfortunately, I just lost out because of like a lack of experience. But like the studio was like, no, please, like, don't be don't be disheartened. Don't like give up. We want to see you continue and like have a chance in the future. So like really encouraging. Discouraged. That's the word. Discouraged. They're saying, please don't be discouraged. We want to see you in the future. And then another one, like a month or so later, which just never got back to me. Like they kept on saying, oh no, yeah, we are doing all of these interviews and we'll get back to you. And like I see these people at game meets later throughout the year, and they're like, oh no, yeah, we still need to send out responses, and just like, cool, guys, very nice. Yeah, and I think that like year went on, kept on trying to do YouTube, doing some YouTube stuff, doing mental health stuff, until we get to December, in which I finally went, well, not the first time, but I went down to Cape Town for the first time in a while. And not for a holiday, I went for networking, for socializing, for professionalism. I went down to 2 games industry conferences, the Africa Games Week and the Playtopia conferences. Nice, Goose. That's really cool. Yeah, went down to Cape Town for the first week of December, went down for Africa Games Week and for Playtopia. Got to meet so many people, so many people. A lot of like studio heads and like senior developers and people that I've been like following on through a Discord server and Twitter and Blue Sky now and Instagram and all these places, and LinkedIn especially as well. LinkedIn, very good thing. Got to chats, got to listen to talks, got to see international people, got to like actually like find out so many things about the games industry locally, like on the continent, and like the reality internationally as well. And whilst it was a really, really good experience, getting to like see all these talks, all these developers, all these studio heads and artists, and like really, really senior people, there was a very big reality check. When I was last at AGW, I felt so out of place as someone who knows only surface level game dev knowledge, seeing that I'm the one trick content pony. Yeah, I can imagine as content creators, like purely as a content creator, is very out of place. I mean, as a trained game developer, I was aware of quite a lot, but I was then sort of like brought into a lot of other things, which is really, really good. I had the reality check that in South Africa, I'm more like, these folks are such talented artists, and I'm like, cool, wish I was that smart. Yeah, I get that as well. That the game industry in South Africa has great potential and is growing, but it's not growing from the established studios getting bigger. So we have our 24-bit, which is our largest local studio, and they are a game porting company. So they take projects from whoever and then make them compatible with other platforms. So like, say you developed purely for PC, they then go and say, cool, we need to make it work for Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, whatever. That's their bread and butter. Then we also have Free Lives in Cape Town. They've pumped out many amazing game projects over the last couple of years. Terra Nil was fantastic. They've done what was another one they did? They've done Angerfoot, I think, is one that they're working on at the moment, or they released it, I'm not 100% sure. And they actually just released or announced that they're working on Gorn 2. And Gorn is like a very popular and was a very successful VR game a couple of years ago, and they're making a sequel to it, which is awesome. Done very, very well for themselves. And then we have Inyama which did a very, very interesting puzzle game, I think way back in like 2018, 2019. And they've managed to sort of like build themselves up into like a proper studio, and I know they're currently working on another project. And then I think we have the game is called Desktop Dungeon. I can't off the top of my head. Oh, QCF. That's what they're called. QCF. Another really great studio. They made Desktop Dungeons and survived quite well for that. And they're still like making other projects. And then we've got Yellow Labs, which is actually the makers of Metavoidal, which is a very, very good dungeon crawler roguelike, which is being released, I think, later this year. And they've been very successful. They have won awards before even being released. Oh yeah. Bianca is fantastic at her job. When I was in Cape Town, I shadowed my dad's old work in Cape Town. Zatari opened a branch where they hire people with game design background to make 3D buildings and environments and make them in 3D Max and Unity and place them in VR to train new recruits who go to construction sites. That's damn cool. That's really cool, Goose. There are like lots of other places that do that as well. There are I guess VR companies in a sense. You've got VR companies, you've got training simulator companies, or like divisions in larger companies, and you've also got what am I thinking? Animation companies as well? Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. Tangentially related. I don't know. Not going to dwell on that too much. There are lots of like tangential companies that do need like that same like some of those skill sets. I'm also like struggling to find those places as well. It's because what are the job titles for those places? Is sort of the thing. Oh, I know what I was talking about. Also, gamification and education companies as well. So they make gamified education, educational programs, or gamified mixed reality or VR experiences to like teach kids on certain subjects. Back to the topic. South African game industry is not growing bigger, or is growing bigger, but not from established studios getting bigger. I've said sort of like all of our big names aren't getting bigger. The industry is getting bigger because incubators and startup studios are being created. People are making basically taking a leap of faith and are creating their own game studios. That's how people are getting their game industry jobs in South Africa. They are making them themselves. They are making their own studios to make games, to take on clients, to push their own projects. Because thankfully we do have some actual good like incubation backing from I think like some university programs, some government programs. I think there's maybe some corporate programs as well. I'm not 100% sure on that. And there are actually like good programs from the established studios. The most prominent one is the Free Lives Jam Doll, which they kind of formalized quite a bit more recently. Essentially, from what I was told, is that last year Free Lives sort of did like a test run to see if their Jam Doll program was feasible. they decided it was. So now they are formalizing their Jamdoll program, which is essentially the backing of independent or junior game developers to prototype, to make 2-week prototypes, or to create prototypes within a 2-week period to test their skills, to test their ideas, to get feedback, and to iterate on what they've made, and to decide after that if they want to keep on going, if they want to continue to develop their idea, if they have, if it's feasible, and etc. Which is really great. I actually really, really like that. It's a really good idea. And I did try it when I was making a game earlier last year. I don't know if you guys remember my project Labyrinth. Labyrinth, I upscale, I refined, I polished during one of those Jamdolls. I used that to sort of like essentially refine a lot of my controls, a lot of my game systems, and hire then a pair of artists to help make up my UI, my game environment art, and my character art. Yes, you always share your work, and I always love playing and testing it. Yes! Thank you, Goose, yes. I mean, have to do something with it. It can't just sit around, otherwise no one's going to see it. Yeah, that's the thing. But I get the wake-up call of, cool, you're not going to find a job that you're going to get hired at in the local game industry. Yeah, that was something. Essentially, it's a case of, like, yes, there are studios that are being that are starting up. There are established studios that are getting bigger little bit by little bit, but the likelihood of getting a fresh, open, brand new junior position that you can enter into and actually learn from, build your way up, and get paid at was, like, realistically not feasible. It wasn't going to happen. So I had to take December and think about things. And on that point, let me actually, because an ad is going to start just now, so let me actually just run an ad whilst I take a break to get some water. Thanks, good stuff. Okay, that should be... Well, the ad's still going a little bit. Okay, okay, there we go. Yeah, so I take December off. I relax. I spend time with family a little bit. I have family drama a little bit. Yeah, but December comes and goes. We have Christmas. We have good times mostly. One or two stressful times. But we get through it. We're fine. Sort it out. And we come up to January. A new year, new opportunity. And I start to make some changes. I sat down with my therapist with our first or second session of the year and said, cool, I'm going to the gym regularly. I'm going to my park run every Saturday. I started doing chores a bit more regularly because I had a schedule for chores. Let's actually sit down. Let's plan out a schedule for everything. I sat down with them and we set out a schedule for everything. I've got every day, Monday to Sunday, I've got half-hour markouts, and I've got all my activities set. My gym days, my park run, my breakfasts when it's not like first thing in the morning, my lunches and my dinners. Excuse me. Bathing, bathing as well. My chores and what day they're on. Social events that I go to regularly. And my work, what I like whilst I was not employed, or not set to do anything, the work that I would do, the training that I would do, admin, that kind of stuff. So essentially, planned out of the week, set time frames for everything, sort of like in what time slot I would do something. And it helped a lot. Like, goddamn. Having a set time for things bloody well helps a lot. Because you can actually, like, say, cool, I'm going to do this thing. Well, today I have to do this. And they should be done in these times. And wow, you become a lot more productive. Oh, man. I mean, I'm not fantastic at it yet. I still skip chores, but yeah, when things are going good, they go really good. I get stuff done. I keep my living space tidier. I am much more productive in independent projects. Don't we all? Yeah, like genuinely, actually was starting to get stuff done properly. Yeah, started working on a new game project. Like taking it very, very slowly. Like I'm still doing R&D for it. Started to get back to like weekly job hunting, doing like setting up like weekly training. Yeah, shoot. So like genuinely I was doing better. And yeah. I'm trying to think now because that's kind of, well, that's not where we've completely gotten to. Yeah, we go through January, we're doing better, we're, figuring stuff out, we're being more productive, and I'm like, you know what, I'm applying to jobs, I'm applying to like full-time remotes in like roughly the time zone that we're all in here, in South Africa, trying to find like local stuff, trying to find international fully remote stuff, because there's a catch-22 when it comes to junior positions, is that you already need to be there in order to get the job, but in order to get there, you need a job. So yeah, that's fun, especially when it's something that requires a visa. So yeah, but good things have happened. As of Monday, this coming Monday, March the 3rd, I am starting an internship at a game studio, fully remote. It is a game studio in more sort of like mid-northern Africa, sub-Saharan Africa. Yes, sub-Saharan Africa. Where I am going to start an unpaid internship, get some experience, get some mentoring. So I will have work essentially as a game developer for a little bit. Alongside that, I'm also currently in the assessment process for a software company as well. Yeah, whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm also in the process of being assessed for a graduate program for a software company that's actually local, very local to me. So kind of taking that very slowly as well at the moment. But guys, progress, like actual experience, is incredible and so necessary. So necessary. Yeah. So that's kind of it. I start on Monday at my first, well, technically not my first, but my first recognizable professional game developer position. Unpaid intern, but at least at an established studio that I can get experience from and who can be a very good reference. Provided I play my part, obviously. But yeah, I'll be working for a game studio. Or working with a game studio, whatever way it actually fits in. So I'm gonna have working hours as of next week. It will be working hours from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday to Friday. Yeah. So yeah, progress, getting there, making progress, making good choices with my life. Getting there. Oh, it feels so stupid. But yeah, dudes. Finally, something. The last thing, I guess, because there's not many people to share this to with. As I mentioned before, I'm kind of starting up game projects in the background as well. I've tried to take it really, really slow because there's like Labyrinth was really cool as a concept, and then it kind of flopped because I kind of took it in a direction that I wasn't familiar with, and I didn't really enjoy playing those types of games, so I kind of abandoned it. But I mean, like, a lot of stuff happened after I did, like, the Jam Doll anyway, so yeah. Yeah, but new game project. Working on a new game project. I have a name for it, which is nice. I have game concept or games that I'm researching into, like game structures, game mechanics, level layouts, all that other kind of stuff, but I kind of need to sit down quite a lot and like play them through, record them out, pick what is really good from them, what I want to imitate from them, what I want to take inspiration and references from. And then I also have my character inspiration, my character references. As I said much earlier, I have yeah, I'm a very big Lego fan. So, as such, I took inspiration from my Lego. I am a big fan of Bionicle and all of like the construction sets that were made. Let me see if I can actually get this up here. I don't want to just like drop in a whole bunch of application. Sorry guys, let me just try and find something. Display capture, video capture, window capture. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, I think that will work. I need to move myself over so you guys can see everything. So, we have character reference. Let me actually maybe move everything across the other way. Over there. Window capture. There we go. Yes! Goose, I made this. Yeah, Oxy, you're right. This is a mix of multiple generations of Bionicle and Hero Factory. I took my Lego mocks, my Bionicle Hero Factory mocks, and I finally took pictures of them. I actually posted them onto Reddit as well. Miss Bionicle, dude, every day, every day, I wish there would be like some sort of Bionicle resurgence at Lego, but I am unfortunately disappointed. Best Lego theme, 100%. Okay, that was hopefully, well, those sirens. I don't want to say hopefully anything. But yeah, I've made and taken pictures of most of my Lego mocks as character references for my game. So here we've got our air hero, who's going to be like essentially our so here's the thing. They're all going to be it's cool and all, but Barnacle's OG, 100%, 100%. I'm essentially like taking inspiration from sort of like I wanted to mainly be a shooter, but you know what? There's kind of like going to be like hero elements in it, where they all have like their own abilities and stuff like that. Sort of like first one is sort of like air element, air theme, which is kind of going to just primarily use her gun weapon, her shooter weapon, sort of like primarily looking at it as sort of like some sort of crossbow, like like a multi missile projectile launcher sort of thing, and then obviously sort of like the sword as sort of like a melee sort of thing, but not really super important to her setup. And villains, sort of thinking of them as if you guys ever played. Excuse me, sorry about that. If you guys ever played one of the Lego games, it was a Bionicle game called Bionicle Heroes. I'm kind of like basing the villains as sort of like the Paraka stand-ins in a sense, like the main big bads, where they're like the main boss fight. I'm not sure what their mobs are going to be yet. But yeah, you then get villains with three, like trying to go for like 3 weapon sets. Like you've got your tail, and then you've got some sort of, I guess, sort of some sort of other shooter projectile, and then some sort of melee, which might just be adjusted. Go and bow that home. Wait. Oh, VO that homie. VO that homie. Oh my. My brain is stupid. Yes. Actually, you're not the only one who wants to do voiceover for that stuff. VA, voice acting, there we go. All good, man. Yeah. So, a hero, a villain, cool, awesome, very nice. We've got our Earth guy. Yeah, also sort of like tanky, very tanky. Sort of like the thing with all of them, as we're going to go through, like all the heroes are primarily going to be using like their firearm, in a sense, their shooting weapon, and then their melees like come out as like maybe like a super or an ultimate, and obviously sort of like just a general melee as well. Hammer! Yeah, Oxy. Big hammer. So yeah, a lot of tanky, big like sonic shocks, destructive hammer. Yeah, he's really good. He's especially since his like build is like notably different from all the other heroes. Oh, you guys, you can see. No. No. Thank you. Thank you, Gussie. Yeetus booked us. Yeah. We'll see how he gets to play out. But yeah, I'm very excited because I really enjoy his build as well. Then Then, yes, Earth Villain. I really like, dude. So, there was like a Hero Factory villain set. I think like they were called like the Fire Villains. That some of them had like drill pieces, but like these drill pieces come from a Lego brick, like a Lego brick theme called Power Miners. I don't know if you guys ever saw Power Miners, if you remember the Power Miners. I really like the mechanical aspect of it, and just like the the intensity of getting getting a gut punch by a power drill. Yes, Oxy, my friend, yes. So yeah, also big, bulky, mechanical power drills. But yeah, so obviously, in sort of like, unfortunately, like probably not going to have like 3 weapon types for this one. But I can probably mess around quite a lot with like maybe there's 2 separate attack types with the drills. Figure something else. Yes, my people. Yeah. Yes, I remember the Atlantis as well. Atlantis, I'm very fond of as well. It was a very good line. No, it's all good, Oxy. Oxy. Oh, Atlantis was amazing as well. Oh my word. And yes, the prime candidates, the cover page title candidates, our fire hero, our rookie escapade isekai protagonist. Yeah, one of the more simple builds, but oh, is he pretty? He is so very pretty. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just really enjoy him. Isekai, yes. Dino 2010. I don't remember. Oh, I think I remember some sort of Dino thing in 2010. Game of the year already. I mean, so the dinosaurs and the hunters. Yeah, I think I remember it. I think I remembered Goose. So yeah, yeah, Oxy. It's not going to be like an isekai story, but I'm sort of saying like the like protagonist feel is going to be like an isekai feel, I guess. I'm not a good writer. I'll have to see. Someone else will have to write characters. But I mean, I don't know how much character development or character uniqueness there will be. It's probably just going to be like flavor text. Yeah, probably. And the fire villain, the biggest out of all of them. Literally, this guy is massive. Terrifying. Terrifying monstrosity this thing is. And then you have to get the action pose. Scorpion motif with baddies, yeah. Yeah, Oxy, so I don't know what happened, but there was a Barnacle set back in 2009 with the Glutorians called Vorox. I don't know if you remember. It was sort of like a... it's back on the Raji style story. Um, it was kind of like this insectoid, scorpion themed villain or character. It wasn't exactly a villain, it was just sort of like a creature. And I really liked the tail. I really enjoyed the tail. So I kind of I went with it with all the villains. They have the scorpion tails, which I think is really cool. I like it a lot. But yeah, you see with this one, he's gonna have his flamethrower tail. He's gonna have projectile hands, and he's also gonna have like extendable claws. I think he'll be interesting to fight, especially as he's a monster. He's an absolute unit. It'll be interesting to get like an artist to develop and render him. Yes, Goose. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited about that. And the stoic leader, the mentor, the Preston Stormer and Kopaka of the team. Yeah. Have to have ice. Have to have ice. I'm excited about him because I think his sort of like some of his abilities are going to be just like freezing enemies, freezing, basically doing like ad control, mob control. I'm excited about him. He's going to be cool. He's going to be very cool. I could have done a bit. I'm not great at posing things. So yeah, I probably could have had a better pose, but you know what? We work with what we can do, and this was sufficient, I guess. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. He will get his fair development. And then we have the ice villain, which, according to Reddit, was a bit bare. I've done a little bit of updating on him. I'm not sure if I'm super happy with it, but it might just have to be a case of sort of like there will be shading and there will be development in his design as, you know, the future and game development peters out. Why is Ice the coolest character, but the green one, every Barnacle except Gresh, the first Barnacle, an idiot? Ice the coolest character, but the green one in every Barnacle except... I mean... I see your point. Like, Lua was pretty much comic relief. So was Matau. I don't think Kongu was supposed to be any comic relief. I don't remember Kongu being particularly stupid. I mean, I've been reminded of it fairly recently that Kongu is the only air toe of air that couldn't actually fly, which is really funny. But yeah, Gresh was the first, like... I mean... Yeah, Gresh wasn't stupid. He was just naive. He was a junior amongst the Glatorians. But he was actually, like, really well designed. And his character was really, really good, especially... well, I remember his character from the movie. So he was really, really cool. He was really good. And then there was his, like, the legend counterpart in that same year. I can't remember because they didn't actually, like, really use him much. It's like Viper or something. I can't remember. But yeah, you're right. It wasn't until Glatorian... well, again, Kongu I can't remember that well as a character. But yeah, it wasn't until Gresh that we had like a pretty solid air-based character. Yeah, dude. Gresh was a great design. Amazing design. Peak design. Oh yeah. I had to clean everything, of course, because they've been gradually getting dust for years and years. So I had to clean everything. And our stone hero. Also, another feminine character in the roster. I don't want to give if the air, so if air was like essentially like Natasha Romanoff, the Black Widow, excuse me. This is your Squirrel Girl mixed with the Flash, essentially. Yeah. You're welcome. You're very welcome, friend. I actually had I shared these pictures amongst my friend groups as well, and a couple of them were also like, "Damn it, dude! I have to go watch like Mask of Light again." It was great. Yeah, she is our eccentric, energetic, ADHD-ridden speedster with a glaive, which is going to be fun. Because I didn't really picture her weapon, her melee weapon, to be a glaive. I thought it was like a really long like axe or spear. And then Destiny released glaives, and I'm like, looking back at it again, I'm like, oh, it's a glaive. Of course it's a glaive. So that's going to be fun because her ultimate is going to be her like ditching her shooter, and she's just going to like either like charge or spin around with a fucking glaive. Yeah, which is going to be very interesting. Very interesting. One of the cleanest designs I've ever seen a Lego never made. Sure, dude. Go ahead. I'm happy to see that. And then her adversary, the stone villain. Yeah, sort of more of, again, very rough, very bulky. Sort of try to go as like, oh, she's super fast. She can duck in and out of attacks. And then the guy that does not give a fuck. It's like, cool, jump around me. I don't care. I am going to swing a big fuck off axe. I've got a blaster tail, and I've got essentially like a plasma cannon. It doesn't matter. You cannot hit me, and if I try and hit you, it's gonna fucking hurt. Oh. Yeah. Big, scary. He'll be interesting to design. He'll be very interesting to design. Saint, thank you, buddy. That should be... Yeah, it's coming through somewhere. Yes. Okay. Have a look at it. Oh, shit! Yes, dude. The Toahaga were so good. I deeply regret never buying them. This is also clean. Oh. So good. So good. Damn. this artist did a fantastic job on that. God damn. Sorry, I'm just clearing off some stuff in my notifications. Okay. Sure. No, it's so good. It is so good. It's amazing. Speaking of which, Water Heroes. Yeah, another one of our rookies in the team. Also, big weapon. Kind of going in for more of, like, he's supposed to be like quite flexible and adaptive to movement, but also that's cool and would be so useful. No, that's awesome. Send me the link. I want to have a look at that as well. Yeah, so big like double axe and like essentially like a spearhead at the bottom. A highly adapted shooter weapon. Yeah. Also, going to be very interesting to figure out his design, game design, all that kind of stuff. His character art, all the rest of it. So cool. I like him a lot. And his villain. I actually had to. I actually did like last minute upgrades on this one before taking pictures and posting it. I like completely changed this like tail piece and added on the sort of like tentacle whips at the very last minute as well, which made it a lot better, a lot more menacing, and a lot more dangerous, I think. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see sort of like, because yeah, here's the thing: it's like that tail is going to be kind of a problem. The whips might just be like really odd, like extendable projectiles in a sense, which that animation is going to be weird. And then it has two axes. Two axes. So there might be just like a bunch of like game design stuff that will change with that. Yeah, and that is everything. Literally everything. I have talked and talked and talked. Where's my VTuber? There we are. Let's put myself back in the middle. Yeah. Okay. I have spoken way too much. Cool. But I've now spoken about the last 6 months of my life. Guys, how are you doing? What's been up with you? I've spoken for like an hour and a half. That's insane. Whew. I'm sure you might open up Discord so that it shows that I am live and streaming from the PC. Excuse me. Yeah, Goose, how you doing? Oxy, if you're still there, how are you doing? Anyone in chat? How have you been? I said it was a catch-up stream and say, oh, it shouldn't have all been me, but I didn't know it would take me an hour and a half to talk about everything. Still still in uni, multitasking assignment, almost done, and I joined an esports team. Got kicked in the end due to a choice for better players. Ah, that's rough, dude. That is rough. But I mean, at least, sure. Yeah. No, it's. I mean, I think also in like esports teams, it's difficult because that's kind of like they expect you to prioritize doing like team stuff and training instead of like uni stuff, but uni stuff is more important. Yeah. But man, hope uni stuff is going well. Cause yeah, you're third year now. Yes? Or are you doing honors? It's better for it. Better compromise uni work? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That is very complicated. It would be very complicated. You screwing me over? Oh, that's rough, dude. That's very rough. Oh, bro, no, I understand it. Yeah, when I was back in engineering, I also had that a couple of fails. So I had to, uh, yeah, add an extra year on for that. But you know what, dude? It's a learning experience. Sometimes you push through and figure stuff out. That's all I can say. It is a learning experience. Oh. Next, oh, that's going to school. Thank you. Much appreciated. Ah. Yeah. Original create posted on websites no longer available. No. Wait, the mask thing or the website's no longer available? No, the wait, sorry, brain. The creator of the artwork or the website? My brain. This is what happens when I talk for too long. When I socialize, I short circuit. Website. Damn, dude. That sucks. I have to then search for custom mask, barnacle mask printing websites. Damn. That sucks. Rough. But, you know, it's okay. It's okay. Not a problem. We live on. Ooh, has anyone played interesting games lately? I actually got into, you post a link on the site. It's not there, but there are other websites that I'm looking for the actual link. Okay, dude. Cool. I got into Balatro recently. Balatro is a rogue-like card game about blackjack, actually. You use blackjack hands to essentially progress through a kind of roguelike experience. It was really cool. I've really enjoyed it. It's kind of gotten me acquainted with the poker hands that yeah, so it's based on both blackjack and poker, and it's gotten me acquainted with poker hands ahead of a mate's bachelor party later this month. I'm planning to go out to a casino as part of the events. So yeah, I am saving a lot of trying to save a lot of money this month. Hopefully not do stupid things. Hopefully not lose a bunch of money. But we will see where things go, and hopefully I don't do completely idiotic things. But yeah. There was Balatro that I've tried recently. A friend of mine has asked me to try Magic the Gathering. I'm doing that in Magic the Gathering Arena. I also tried a game last year, actually, called Station to Station. It was really cool. I really like it. It's a nice voxel train railroad game, which I really I like trains. I like trains, so it was really cool. Had good fun with that. And yeah, then, dude, Marvel Rivals. It's actually like I haven't played much of it. Actually, I think I've only played like once or twice, and I haven't played for like 2 months. But yeah, Marvel Rivals seems pretty cool. I had a good time playing Marvel Rivals. Played Punisher mostly, which was good fun. Good fun. Good time with that. Any other interesting games that I've played recently? This game that I'm looking forward to playing. Actually, its demo just released, called Haste Broken Worlds. I'm looking forward to playing that. That should be quite interesting. Guys, I'm actually kind of looking through. Some links to the different designs, the 3D prints, and the YouTube of a guy reviewing it. Thanks, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm trying to see here because I think there are quite a few. Oh, so one of the YouTubers that I've been watching, as the Cross. Sorry, played Marvel Rivals, Maze, Penny, and Squirrel. Nice, bud. Nice. As the Cross has been making his way through the Warframe story campaigns, and I gotta say, it's tempting. I'm genuinely interested in like playing Warframe for like story stuff. I'm kind of into it. It looks cool. I'd be down for it. Sure. What have I played recently? Yeah, there was Terra Nil, but Terra Nil isn't particularly new. I'm trying to look through here. What have I played in the last couple months that is installed? Oh, there's a game that I played at Playtopia. What Warframe? I play Warframe for years. I need to get rid of my duplicate prime parts. I haven't opened up Warframe. I think I played like maybe like the introductory mission, and I haven't gone back to it. So I need to go back and like open up Warframe and actually like play some campaign missions, and then I'll let you know. But yeah, for the moment, no Warframe yet. Yeah, there was a game at Playtopia called Smash Bear, which I actually think was really, really fun. And there's a demo on Steam for that as well, which I haven't played yet, but I need to play it at some stage. Whew. There's a bunch of stuff on my wish list, I know, as well. Wish list stuff that's interesting that isn't just like big games. Oh, unpacking. Unpacking is an interesting one that I need to play through. I think it'll be very cool. Like very chilled, interesting one to play through. One, just because it's a local game or a locally developed game. Hadley's Run, also in the wish list. We'll see about getting to that at some stage, but I think that might be quite interesting. Stray Gods, that was actually a bit longer, a bit further back. Also something that I want to check out, because I think it's a very interesting game. Angerfoot, as I said, Angerfoot, developed by Free Lives, released, yeah, it is released, okay, released last year. Also something that I want to jam a little bit. Yeah, should be quite fun. Oh, here's one, called Neva, Neva. Also a very interesting side scroller. It's also a very indie game. It's gone on the wish list. It looks very interesting. I'm looking forward to trying that out. Yeah, here's one from the also I saw it in Playtopia called I Am Your Beast. It was really, really fun. Interesting. I'm gonna take a look at that at some stage. Something that released end of last year, which actually looked very, very polished, and I saw sort of like an advertisement, a trailer for it at the Game Dev meetup earlier this month, called Ash and Adam's Gobsmacked. Seems like it could be very fun. And another one which is actually made by a solo developer, Avoid. Also interesting. Want to check that out. Should be quite fun. Then after that, there's quite a few that are more sort of like in development. Might have a demo to Metavoidal. Yeah, is obviously very, very cool. Haste, I mentioned earlier, very, very cool. Akatori, there we go. A Metroidvania, very interesting art style. I think it was very cool. Also, like 2D platformer could be very cool. Once it releases, but it'll be cool. Another indie game that seemed quite interesting if you want to do sort of landscaping in a sense, but I guess like environment editing, environment control, called Curiosmos. Very cool. I think it's a Danish indie developer, but very interesting, very cool. And another one, very fun. It was really great to see this one. We'll play this one at Playtopia, called Smash Bear. There's no demo for it as far as I'm aware yet. but also very cool. And then, I mean, have you guys seen, there was trailer releases for something called Tides of Annihilation, and I particularly gravitated towards it because it has the main protagonist is Jennifer English. Was voiced by Jennifer English, sorry. Voiced by Jennifer English, who's the same voice actress who voiced Shadowheart in Baldur's Gate 3. So I'm quite attached to that for that reason. I think it's very, very cool. Do you see more of her working? I think that'll be really awesome. Where's my VTuber isn't censored? They've been off center. When I missed Wi-Fi went out. No. I was going through like game recommendations and wishlist stuff. Yeah. Not super important, but you know, sort of like saying anything. These are games that I really enjoyed, which is fine. It's all fine. Yeah, that's kind of it. It was good chatting, especially here to have you, Gussie Goose, and to have Oxy for a bit as well. It was fun. I got to catch up. Your romance group of humanoid warframes in the game now? Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen 1999. I've seen Astacross's playthrough of the story campaigns. He's made it all the way through up to and through 1999 as well, which is why I was saying it's like, oh, very exciting, very tempting to join that. Hot bag girlfriend. Yeah, I mean they're all objectively attractive. But yeah, I am talked out, I think. So I need to find a channel to raid out to. That will be a good fit for us, and that is a good friend as well. I have to scroll quite a bit. I think everybody's on tonight. If they're not, I mean, everyone's doing Monster Hunter Wilds at the moment, because I think that's, no, I'm not saying I think. I know everyone wants to play Monster Hunter Wilds at the moment. Yeah, why is that? Because Monster Hunter Wilds released today, so everyone's jamming Monster Hunter at the moment. What? Did it release today? Or was it some other time? I don't know. I think I found the person that we're going to go to. Hang on. Let's do that. Do we know that we're ready? Yeah, Monster Hunter Wilds. New one. Been in development for a while. They have been working on stuff for quite a long time, it seems. And they've just released this new one now, which will be exciting. They released a Shrek 5 trailer. Yeah, I've seen it. It looks like absolute dog shit. It is absolute dog shit. Dislike is heavy. Yeah, no, it's disgusting. It is disgusting. I'm just trying to get a sense of my friend. Watching Shrek 1 now. Yeah. Dude, I'd rather watch the first 3 Shreks they're so much more enjoyable than anything else, I think. I think, like, Shrek 4 was fine, but, like, the first three Shreks was, like, actually a good trilogy. Yeah, I'm gonna send this over to Mr. Lambie Plays. Because he is a good friend. And he is very, very cool. So yeah, man, thanks for sticking by. Enjoy your evening. And I'll check you. Not if you're not in the YouTube comments or in the Discord. We will do this again next month. Because yeah, what I'm planning to do is to do like monthly catch-up streams. Yeah, just to chat, to sit down, to stay with the community. Because yeah, obviously like the weekly or bi-weekly streams weren't working to play games. So sit down, chat for a bit. This felt better. This felt a lot better. So that's what we're gonna do. But yeah. Cheers, Gussie Goose. Cheers, man. Bye-bye.